April 1972. We're talking Lansing, Illinois. What comes to mind when I say April 1972?
Lansing, Illinois?
I'm talking Lansing, Illinois.
Nothing.
Not one thing comes up. Not even the start of the Midwest Vans
I knew
LTD.
1972 was when it started, but I didn't know it was in Lansing.
Well, I'm kind of a guy.
I like this. I like this effort you've done.
Goes into the meat and potatoes. This all started in a park in Lansing, Illinois.
You know what else started in 1972?
What's
Des
that?
Plaines, Illinois. It's called
Oh yeah, birds.
Birds.
1972. I mean,
that's what's on our memorial jersey with the. It's all white with the red sleeves, and there's the ears on the sides.
I should have had a jersey busted out.
Ridiculous.
Fucking amateur.
Yeah, 72 with the Midwest Van guys. That's when shit was real crazy. That's like when I got into it. You hear all the stories of that decade, and that's what you like. I want to see that now.
Yeah, there was some big. What was it? So a hot rod national trucking in Colorado that year. And,
NSVA.
Yeah, NSVA, and it was in Colorado. And Midwest Vans, there's like a bunch of guys who came together in Illinois, a bunch of Army vets and everything. And they went out there, and they had 20 vans. And there was another group, what were they called? I don't know what the fuck it was. But they had 21 vans. So they won for the largest club, and you guys were off by one van the first year you go into it. So you guys got some kind of snippet in Hot Rod magazine, and then from there on out, you guys blew up and had like 700 fucking plus vans.
Biggest club for a long time, still the biggest club.
And it got so big that you guys had to break off into different sections
because of into this somewhat
politics.
Oh well, yeah, there's different chapters for sure, and there's a lot of politics, especially back then. There was. I think at one point there was 4,000 members.
Yeah, but there was also parties where you guys had 20,000 plus people.
Oh yeah, well, like 4,000 in our club.
4,000.
The other clubs come.
And how do you manage that? You know, and it's all about throwing parties. That's the best thing about it.
Back then, you don't manage it. Did you watch the film on Netflix? That
I didn't. I seen it like years ago.
There's another one coming out, and if you look more into it, our chairman, who is still in the club, or he was the chairman back in the early days. He wrote articles for Rolling Stone, specifically about vanning back in the day. He was a big part of the vanning movement.
So you got into that from Derek, right?
Burgers.
The burgers. And then what kept you in this?
For me, it was all about just being free. That's what I loved about it the most, was getting out in the middle of nowhere, being able to do whatever you want. The only rules were you don't hurt yourself, you don't hurt anybody else. Have at it.
Yeah. Well, so if there are any listeners listening or whatever, can give me an elevator pitch. What is vanning?
Oh man, it's hard to explain.
I mean, just in its simplest form.
It's a different breed of people. It's very familial. Is that a word?
And it's mostly around a bunch of people with vans. It's
like
as simple
mine.
as
it's
that.
all about vans.
But like mine's, but the vans is like it's kind of
the culture there. So like, there's a lot of guys who there's a bunch of fucking gearheads in it who have really badass vans, and I'm not that guy. Anything I get done to my van, I'm paying for. I'm paying for an interior, paying for the engine, paying for a paint job.
You're in a club full of those fucking guys, so you know who to get to do whatever.
You go to certain people, and there's a bunch of other people on a different level. For me, it's more about just the atmosphere, environment that it brings to me. It's just no judgment. You go. You're free. You're howling at the moon at 4 a.m. Well, there's a camper full of people sleeping next to you. If they wake up, they won't. If they wake up, whatever, but they won't bitch at you. And if they bitch at you, you bitch right back at them, and then the next morning you have a drink with them.
Yeah, I've been to two. I went to one. I was going through like some kind of depression at that point. I was just.
Is that the bluegrass one?
I forget when I was just sleeping in the camper. But then I went to one, and I do have a
trophy.
wooden trophy from getting first place. This is the 28th International Truck-In 2002.
That's the first van party I ever went to.
First band party you ever went to? Because that was the one I went. Because we won some kind of volleyball tournament.
Yeah,
it was me,
with
you,
Charlie.
Ronnie,
Yes,
and
we went to
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
we went to the concert, right? That we went to go see. Who sings "Sweet Home Alabama"?
Leonard Skinner.
Leonard Skinner.
I don't know if I made the concert. Was that the concert?
Well, a couple of us went to the concert. Me,
not
Derek, and Pete, I think, went to the concert. But we played that volleyball tournament. It was all us young guys who we went there with, and then one old guy, Moondog.
And then we won, and we got that trophy. I think
That
Lacey was there.
First party I ever went to. That was with the Burt. I had the Buick.
Burgers were there, yeah. Because I had the Pathfinder, so I drove up in a Nissan Pathfinder, and I had to park in a parking lot away from all the vans.
Yeah, you can't. You got to be outside of the campground area if you don't have a van.
It's definitely a different culture.
That was the first part.
Cool.
I didn't know you were there. I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
I puked side by side with Petey at that party, and Burger started puking because of the sound.
People just walk around with like coolers full of shots, and you have your own shot glass. It's like Woody shots.
It's our shot bar. Now it's Woody and the boys. It's been that way for a long time. Now we started a pub crawl. What I love about Midwest Vans is like the reputation is just the wild ones kind of. And we keep keeping it new. We started beer pong, when beer pong became a thing when you guys were in college.
You guys are doing a little
and we brought it to the van parties, and now it became a thing. They had like the belt. I can't believe you have that trophy. I got that trophy.
Yeah, man, I've been sitting on it. It's just a piece of wood with a sick decal. First place, volleyball, baby. I mean, Buck Lake Ranch,
remember
Angola, Indiana.
We came back from the concert. And Ronnie was all like kind of trying to stay on the down low because he got a BJ from some guy's
He's trying
daughter.
to get with that broad.
No,
yeah, he did. I remember in a tent.
The guy was pissed. That's what we had back then. We had tents.
Yeah. Because you guys don't. Now they have these elaborate vans. I mean, beds, whatever. I mean, your personal opinion, would you rather have the old school Explorer van or with these new Sprinters and have it decked out? I mean, do you prefer the classic or like the tech?
No, for me, I like the new stuff, the modern stuff, just because I don't have the knowledge and enough money to put it in there. Right. I want air conditioning. Right. I want space. I want to make sure I can get to New York and back without being on the side of the road trying to change a belt or whatever. That I don't know
I would love the body of like an old with the engine and inside of a new.
You could do that if I had enough money. I'd love to do that someday.
But fucking time or whatever,
I hate the guys. I don't hate the guys. There's a bunch of guys who have these great vans, but they haul them there in a car hauler, an enclosed car hauler, and then they pull it out and they put it in the show and shine. They get judged. They pull it back in. If I want to have a classic van, I'm a vanner. I want to fucking be able to drive that Butte down the road. Sure, I'm gonna get some bugs on it or whatever, but drive the fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, why have a car you never fucking drive? I mean, I don't get it. I'm not a car guy.
I don't
have anything that I don't want to use. I like a pair of shoes, whatever. I don't know, a hat. Fuck it, I don't care.
I'm the same way. The reason I love the van is just because at any point I could sleep in it comfortably.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. It's a fucking rolling camper, and setting up a tent is such a cunt. I hate setting up tents, and not really setting it up, but taking it down. Remember the one part you went to me, you were sleeping on the air mattress in the tent,
the HHR,
and then it rained so bad that you were floating on the air mattress in all the water.
I remember I was so.
Oh, you got lit.
Remember my bachelor party with your new van? Fuck, how'd that end up working out?
Yeah, it was fine.
He rolled through a parking garage in Milwaukee and fucking scraped the roof because it was too big.
Yeah, well, it got in there. It got it. That's what pisses me off. Is like I cleared everything to get into the opening to get into the parking garage.
And then it gets smaller? What the fuck?
If I cleared the opening, I should be good. You lying to me? But it's not that bad. I haven't got it fixed, but it's like there's a couple of scratches.
And I don't want to, berate on the Midwest Vans, but this is a very interesting thing for me. What's the 2% all about? It used to be on people's vans.
Yeah, so the 2% is so that NSVA is what I said earlier.
That's
and
the national?
That was it was I'm gonna sound terrible. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of this wrong if one of my van people are watching this. Sorry, but there was a point where there was a bunch of people who wanted. There was a majority of people who wanted to make it more family friendly and kind of out the people who were the crazy party and
they wanted
animals.
less acid and more children.
Right,
Okay.
and so then they threw a nationals, and then I'm not sure if it was our club. I think we had a part in it. We threw a different nationals that same year. Like, this is the real nationals, and it got a ton more attendance. And it became like, well,
probably more word of mouth.
We're the 2%. We're the real Vanners. The 2% that I forget exactly what it was.
So instead of going 1%, you guys did 2%.
Well, there was somebody said something in the NSVA who's like, well, it's only 2% of these people are like the people we want to get rid of.
Somebody dropped the 2%.
Yeah, straight up 2%.
And you're like, well, fuck you with the 2%. Yeah. We're gonna put that on our van.
And now every Vanner you go to, they got 2% tattoos, 2% stickers on their van.
What if they would have said 3%? Fuck.
It could have been 3. You gotta get longer cards.
2.5. Yeah, these, whatever.
It is. It's like the outlaw Vanners, except for we're just looking to have a good time. These people wanted to bring their families, kids. There was quiet times at their parties.
Do they find this more profitable, or they're just
well,
we got families now, so we got to deal with it?
Back then, like Goodyear was a sponsor, BF Goodrich, like big names,
they
wanted to try and keep it, kosher, so these people,
who knows what lengths it could have grown to,
right?
Or something.
Who gives a shit? But that's not what it's about. It's about the freedom. I'm glad it went that way. Because back then, like you said, there was 20,000 people at a van party, and now we get 1,000, maybe a little bit over at the biggest party of the year, which is Nationals.
Which, by all means, is still fucking huge.
It's great, but those are all the people that you want to be there. You don't got a bunch of kids and families that you got to worry about.
Right, because then you got to have vendors, and then you got to have more toilets. Mean, it gets bigger in scale, the price gets larger.
And there was a big thing, too. Like, when it was big back then, there was a lot of missing money things that happened because, people like money.
Money's motivation. People are dicks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Well, man,
take it back to the days of Keep On Trucking, man. I mean, that's like Grateful Dead, but it was Keep Trucking, and they added an "it" to it. I don't know. But that's a pretty fucking sweet slogan and a great logo. I mean, if I were to get a tattoo of Midwest Vans, the van's tough, but the guy walking is tougher.
Yes, I agree completely. Pat's got the tattoo.
But so when I was talking about the old body with the new engine, you see how those headlights are?
Yep.
That's the body I want.
Yeah.
Like a midnight blue with that shit.
I always wanted a
wood grain interior. That would be tough.
There's a bunch of cool shit. There's
Spinning
so much
seats,
different shit.
Waterbed.
Swivels. You got a
lava
waterbed. You don't want a waterbed.
I know.
That's a lot of weight to be dragging around.
Less gas.
Yeah, they're beautiful. But like I said, I want to be able to make sure I could get somewhere and back without being on the side of the highway.
Yeah. I mean, so...
And air conditioning.
You guys are totally about the party, and we'll just cut into a small sliver of it. I went to Indiana and did Toys for Tots, and it was like a casino night.
Yeah, that's what we still do it. Just to happen.
It's an annual thing.
Yeah, so we raised a bunch of money and toys for a lot of years. It's a good thing. It's good to give back. We give back a bunch of shit.
Was St. Baldrick's involved with this, or is that a separate thing?
No, it's a separate thing. It was a member who had started doing it because he felt like, man, all the bad shit I've done in my life, I feel like I got to give back, and they got a bunch of us to do it. Now he's kind of pissed at me because I just keep shaving it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, man, I shaved it once.
I should pull the video up. In post edit, I'll put the video up because it is pretty sick. Watch you get it shaved off.
I had him do it kind of the fun way, too. It was weird. I wish I had a good head of hair, though, because I wanted to try and grow it back, and I was growing back a little bit, but as thin as it is on this, because I still got hair, but it's so thin right here, and I can't look at it in the fucking
could you look at it to a certain point, and then it'll grow in? Or it's just done. It's done.
If I let it go,
the ship has sailed.
Yeah, like if 2 months went by, if I could get through 2 months, it'd probably be all right. But I can't do it. And this is so easy to do. I bought this head shaver thing Takes like 5 minutes.
This thing?
Yeah, you roll it around
heard
your head.
about
It's like
this,
5
yeah.
minutes. It was like $250, but it's better than paying for
You gotta
it.
lube that fucker up.
No, dry, straight up. You could put shaving cream.
You do it dry, but then does it dry up?
The head, like moisturizer and shit.
Yeah, you gotta like lube it. No, none of that. I don't know.
I only lube one thing. Nah, I don't lube it. I probably should though. I got bad dry skin.
Yeah, I got psoriasis. It's something I live with.